We go where we like, we got over.
Yeah. Get back to work, buddy.
It's time to do something for you, the driver, namely the interior. Interiors can be categorized in two ways. First of all, you have the hard vinyl surfaces like the top of this door panel or leather seating surfaces. And the second category is cloth materials, like on my seats or the carpets in this car. And maybe that's a good place to start. In this case, I've got carpeted floor mats. The best thing to do is start off with vacuuming them. Speaking of those, if you have one of those rechargeable types, you know, that plugs into the lighter, forget it. We need a real good quality vacuum here. One that plugs into a wall or even your central vac system. Give that carpeted floor mat a real good vacuuming once over and remove it. And as you do so, take a look beneath. And if there are any stains on your carpet that look like they're going to be tough to get out, you're best off tackling with a strong bristled brush and some carpet cleaner. And the same goes for these seats. Give them a good vacuum. Any stains you see, treat them accordingly as well. At the top of the show, we went to the automotive section of a store to pick up all the elements that we needed to get the car clean to this point. But I got a secret. I stopped off at one more area of the store before coming back, the cosmetics section, to pick up things such as this synthetic duster, this makeup brush, and Q-tips to clean a car. This dashboard is a snap to dust with something like this duster. These things even make cleaning grills an easy snap, and if you can't get them in close enough, the long bristles of this makeup brush will work wonders. Just work away at it until you see all the dust is cleared out. And if you need real detail work, like in between these dash panels, buttons and dials, that's where the Q-tip comes into place. Just work it along in there until you see that all the dust is out. Cleaning the dash could not be any easier. I like using an oil soap since it has elements which clean as well as protect the vinyl dashboard. Simply spray it on a sponge and wipe it clean. So give the dashboard a good once over everywhere you can possibly reach with the sponge. Well, last but definitely not least of importance is the glass surfaces. Being able to see out is kind of important when you're driving a car, I'd have to say. And to make it easy on you, things like foam aerosol-based cleansers or even Grandma's old recipe with vinegar can make it so much easier to clean glass, and do it in just one pass.
Let's review. Clean wheels first. Keep it cool in the shade, man. Clean from top to bottom. Water, water, water. Wax in small sections. Vacuum with power. Make up the interior with cosmetic brushes. Any questions? No? Good. It's just that simple. And it can get even simpler, as Kevin is about to show you in this week's Daily Driver Detour.
Hey, 2.5 hours in the driveway splashed around the water with your car? Sounds like a great time to me. Or maybe not. Maybe you're too lazy to get at it, or maybe it's a function of time because you're heading to the big game tonight and you want the ride clean. Well, let me ask you this. Can you find half an hour? Can you find $10? Because I found 3 alternatives for you. The first system we're going to take a look at today is called a wand wash system, which is a close cousin of what you basically do in your driveway. Only in this case, you're renting somebody else's and their water. But hey, before you get going, take a look at this. And these are the instructions. Make sure you read through them carefully because in the long run, it'll save you some time and some money. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Drop a couple of bucks into the machine, that sends a time-limited feed of high-pressure water to this wand and that brush, and that's it. Just go for it. Now, the great news is you'll be doing it yourself, and that's always the preferred way. The bad news is you're doing it yourself. Oh, take a look at that. You know, I don't know what's in there or where it's been, but what I do know is I am not dragging this baby across my car. So I recommend put it back in the holster, bring your own sponge, bucket, and drying aids, and take care of things that way. In an effort to reduce scratching and minimize accessories damage, car wash manufacturers came up with this, the touch-free car wash. And essentially, it uses the same cleaning cycle as the wand wash we just came from, but that's where the similarities end. Instead of using a filthy brush to clean the car, it uses strategically placed high-pressure water nozzles to blast the dirt away, which works great because it minimizes scratching. However, there are many pitfalls to consider. Be prepared when you first enter the wash because the water pressure is really, really high. Well, actually, this one's not too bad. It's about 500 pounds per square inch of pressure, but there are some out there that are as much as 1,200 psi. It's those you should be concerned about if you have loose accessories or paint chips on your vehicle. As a matter of fact, you're probably best off to do a good walk around outside your vehicle before going in, and if you have accessories that are loose, bolt them down or remove them, or as the signs out front warn, they'll be gone when you come through. Oh, and by the way, if you choose to get the undercar washed, be aware that a strong blast of vertical spray goes the entire length of the floor of your vehicle. As it passes under the hood, you can get some sensitive electrical components moist. You know, these washes do a pretty effective job of getting rid of gobs of dirt and muck, but they're not going to get rid of that layer of grime that can build up if you haven't washed your truck in a few months. Also, in areas underneath the wipers and around the mirrors where that power spray can't get to, well, they're simply not going to get clean. The third type of wash we're testing today is the automated soft cloth wash, which is actually just a modern version of the old rotating brush washes that used to whip the paint off the sides of cars for decades. A huge advantage here is that for a couple of extra bucks, I sit in the truck and relax while the machine and the guys do all the work. While that convenience is awesome, there are concerns. The best feature of this particular car wash is the fantastic level of service. As I relax or maybe even grab a complimentary cup of coffee, they give the exterior and the interior a good going over. Take it away, Chaz. These cloths, although constantly rinsed, can hold a lot of abrasive dirt, and when they're wet, they're heavy, and they will rip accessories like antennas and bug guards right off the side of your vehicle, which car wash operators are quick to warn you about. But overall, I think they do a fantastic job, even though this cloth can't get everywhere, and some spots remain missed. On the positive side, this automatic air dryer, followed up by the guy's hand drying, is fantastic. Particularly so for those of you from colder climates, because it takes away the water from around the windshield wipers and the door jambs, so it doesn't freeze solid overnight.
Filthy brushes and finger tests, whatever. Although, I must admit, it was kind of nice watching a bunch of men doing some hard work for a change. Now that's what I'm talking about.